Thank you, Bonnie. She covered a good bit of what I was going to talk about tonight, which is great. I'll just kind of read over things kind of quickly. But my name is Shannon Federer, and I am from Coleman County, Holly Pond, actually. Bonnie was talking about the opting out, and I was going to look real quick before I got up here to see just how many. We don't have a full count in the state of Alabama yet as to how many parents have opted out, but New York, the last count I had, was well over 40,000 parents that had opted out. And from what I understand, that is a very good way to kill this beast, because if the children are not taking the test, then there's nothing that they can go by. There's nothing they can go on. So it's very important, that next year we continue to talk about this and encourage parents and let them know that it is okay, that you can opt your parents out, that you are their legal guardian, and what you say goes. And I really like that. Right now, that's the way it is, but it could very well change. So we kind of have to keep a close eye on what's happening in Montgomery and see to it that we as parents still have a right to control, and we are in full control of what our kids are doing in school and in classrooms. So I'm a mom that is very concerned about the education of our children and what our teachers are being forced to teach, because that's just it. They are being forced to teach to this curriculum. I have spent endless hours researching and speaking with other parents about Common Core, the implementation of it, the material that is being taught, and what is yet to come. And that's very scary too. You were saying that the reading program is just now, or next year, is going to be implemented into the school. She's right. Coleman County has math and the reading language arts, a little bit of some science and literature. And they all have Common Core on the books. So what scares me is the history. Basically, the history is going to be pretty much completely rewritten, and our children are not going to get a good basis on our true history and what has happened, and so that concerns me. I have had multiple conversations with other parents and how our children are struggling. We watch them every day struggle to be happy, healthy, and to maintain passing grades. Common Core was implemented as a set of rigorous college and career-ready standards that is supposed to prepare our children to compete in a global economy. The Common Core initiative is nothing more than an empty sales pitch for government agencies and large corporations to profit from our children. I am a mom that wants my children to receive a leading education without being manipulated, brainwashed, or subjected to inappropriate material in elementary, middle, and high school of their learning. There is so much about Common Core that upsets us parents. For example, Common Core math, it basically demands our children to draw circles, arrays, and hash marks to solve math problems. Problems that should only take 2 steps is taking our children anywhere from 50 to 100 steps to do a math problem. I mean, the time and the paper that is wasted, it's crazy. It's crazy. To me, that is not rigorous, and it's not preparing our children for college at all. I am a mom that refuses to have a child tested and then force them into avenues of a curriculum that aligns them to a profession that they may or may not desire to do once they graduate. And that's exactly what it's doing. I've already talked to some Coleman City parents that their children have already tested, and they're basically putting them in these avenues. And you have to go in those avenues whether you like it or not. And I asked the mother, I said, well, what happens if your child changes their mind? Or what happens if they begin to fail? And she said, well, it's just too bad. They have to stay the course. She didn't think much about it. They went on a Sunday afternoon after the children had tested, and they go into the gym, and they have tables set up, and they're walking around and talking. And the teachers look at their test scores, and they say, well, this is where he needs to be. This is where he needs to go. Luckily for them, for him, the student, that's an avenue that he, right now, he chooses to take. But who's to say when he's in the 11th or 12th grade, he may change his mind. Well, if he does, too bad. You know, he's got to continue this path. And there's nothing that his parents can do unless they pull him out and put him in private school or they homeschool. There's nothing that they can do. I mean, that's his path. And I don't want that for my children. And I know a lot of you probably don't, and you don't want your grandchildren to go in that path. I want them to be able to choose and make decisions along the way and grow and make mistakes and let them decide, you know, what they want to do. They may be their first year in college and still not know. You know, they don't, I mean, we all change our minds all the time. I'm 42 and I still don't know what I want to be when I grow up. So, you know, I want them to be able to have the choice to change their mind and make decisions. And if Common Core stays in our school systems and continues to grow, then that's over. As a parent and a voter, I was appalled when I saw a video clip where Del Marsh stood in front of the Business Council of Alabama and they made jokes and they laughed. By the way, the Business Council of Alabama is in full support of Common Core. And also, food for thought, the Business Council has released their first round of endorsements. So don't be fooled by these advertising pieces that you're getting in the mail or these lovely commercials that are hitting the airways on your TV as you sit there at night and watch TV. Those of you that do. I'm at ball games and I don't have time really to watch TV. But anyway, just do the research, look and see who they support, because since they are so strongly supporting Common Core, then obviously, you know, we're smart. The people that they sponsor are going to be supporters of Common Core as well. So just research and follow the money, and you'll find out where everybody stands. So Del Marsh and the Business Council, they laughed at parents and teachers, all because we sent in letter after letter voicing our concerns about the material in the curriculum and how it was affecting our children and our teachers. They laughed. I mean, that made me so angry. But they think it's funny, and I don't. We as parents and teachers are not laughing, and they need to know that. We're very serious. We're not laughing. They can laugh if they want to, but we're not going to. Patricia McGriff is not laughing. Patricia is very serious in what she's setting out to do, and I appreciate her, and thank you. I encourage each and every one of you to please do your research. Know where the morals and the values of each and every person that is running for office or politician that is seeking re-election. Know who you're voting for. Chad and I are voting for Patricia McGriff because we trust Patricia. I trust and believe in what she says. She will truly do everything in her power to see that Common Core is repealed and that our children will have the ability to receive a prominent education. We need Patricia. Bad. So tell everybody, tell your neighbors, tell your coworkers, tell everyone. I don't care if they voted Democrat in the past, too bad. They've got to vote for Patricia. But anyway, make your voice be heard and vote on June 3rd and vote for Patricia McGriff.
The State Board of Education is profoundly important to the future of Alabama's most important asset, our children. Patricia McGriff uniquely realizes that these next 4 years are very important during these challenging times. Patricia McGriff is a retired K-12 teacher with 26 years experience in the classroom. Patricia McGriff is a dedicated public servant appointed by Governor Bentley to the Alabama Commission on Higher Education. A Christian wife, mother, and grandmother, Patricia McGriff has the experience, knowledge, and people skills to serve you on the Alabama State Board of Education.
I am Patricia McGrill. I will fight to keep the federal government out of Alabama classrooms. We must repeal Common Core.
On June 3rd, take a stand. Vote for a veteran, conservative educator for the Alabama State Board of Education District 6. Paid for by Patricia McGriff Committee, 2253 County Road 1714, Cullman, Alabama, 35058. Vote for Patricia McGriff. Alabama State Board of Education District 6. Patricia McGriff.